Happy hump day. I am still breaking out at 42. What the honest fuck is that? You think, oh, I'm in my 20s. Oh, it's hormones. I'm still in my 30s. Then you're in your 40s? Y'all, I had a monster. I was a two-headed monster this week. And I put one of those little star hydrocolloid pads. I don't know what they call them. It's like basically a Band-Aid that helps heal your zit. I popped it. I put on the star, and I didn't go anywhere without it for 24 hours. But it sucked it up and healed it like crazy. And I went on, and I always had a cute little star on my face. I thought it was kind of fun. And everyone was like, oh, that's cute. I like what you've done. And I'm like, no, bitch, it's because I'm a two-headed monster. Still breaking out at 42, okay? Not really happy about that. Let's get into it. Hello, world. Come inside the Dear Juju podcast. This week has been all about the Supper Soiree, okay? Don't call it a cooking class. It's an experience. It is going to be so much fun. I've been planning. I've been prepping. I've been shooting. I've been digitally designing. Like, there's so much work on the back end, you guys, to get this up and going. One of the things that I am doing is I am giving away a caftan. So if you sign up and subscribe, your name goes in a raffle for a glamour gown. And if you win the raffle, which my friend showed me how to do it, there's like this app where you enter in everyone's name or email. You can like copy and paste it. And then it kind of randomly does it. And then it picks a winner. And that winner, I'm going to ask them out of the caftans I have left. I think I have 2 or 3 styles left and only 1 or 2 of each, which one they want. And they get a glamour gown. So I'm very excited. I'm getting everything up and behind the scenes. There's been so much work behind the scenes. As you can probably hear from my voice, it's a little tired. I started my girl time this week as well. And yeah, as I said in the beginning, I'm still fucking breaking out at 42 and I am not happy about it. I am not happy about it. I definitely have a system and a skincare prep that I do every night. And you know who I love? Biba de Sousa de Los Angeles. I love her and I love her products. I've run out a little bit. So I've got some other products and maybe I think that's why I'm breaking out. Her products are so well priced and so clean and something you can trust. She is absolutely anal about what ingredients go in and if they're good for your skin and this, that, and the other. So I've been trying a little bit of products. It was also my girl time. I done broke out and I'm not happy about it. I'm just really not. And I wanted to let you know, sometimes my son has a little bit of difficulty with his emotions and with his focus and with his sleeping. And I got him on Saffron. And now I'm thinking about taking it too because it helps with your mood. It helps with your sleep. It helps with emotional regulation. I need this, especially as I'm perimenopausal. Another thing that I read about perimenopausal is sometimes you feel like there's things crawling on you. And I have fucking had that lately. Have you ever had that where you feel like there's like kind of creepy crawlies on you? I don't know why. I've never had this before in my life. And just these past couple weeks, I'm like, what is that? And I go and I check and nothing's on me. But it feels like this crawling sensation. Isn't being a woman so fun? Oh. I decided not to go with the glasses. If you listened last week or a few weeks ago, it was just people were looking at me like I had 5 heads and they were like, you can't pick out someone's glasses for them. You can't tell that. And I was like, maybe, you know what? Maybe it is a cultural thing. Maybe this is too direct. I've only been friends with her like 6 months. Let me cool it, let me bring her something nice. So what I brought her, WWJD, right? What would not Jesus? What would Juju do? It's your birthday. These are things that you need on your birthday. Decadence, flavor, smell. I need all the things. So I got my girlfriend champagne. And she's like a wine master. And I got her a gorgeous bottle of champagne. Number 2, she loves little vintage trinkets. So I got her a vintage, like stainless steel clam tray. Now, there's so many things that you could do with these trays. There's tons of them on Etsy, and you guys, you feel like a little fucking mermaid queen. Okay. You could open it up, and then it came with a little liner, which was really gorgeous. And one, you could make your own butter if you're fucking full out. Check, because I feel like everyone who's here, we fucking full out, right? Like, we're the Team Too Much Club, Team DTM, just like me and my family. You part of my family. We Team DTM, doing the most. Make your own butter. All you have to do is put heavy cream and go like this, okay? Or you could put it in a KitchenAid and whip that motherfucker up. Homemade butter is so good. Add a little flaky salt on it. Wrap in some parchment paper. Also a really great gift. Yeah, bitch, I made you some homemade butter. Shut the fuck up. No, I won't. I fucking made you homemade butter. Like, because you should have good butter. I digress. You could put homemade butter in it. Or what I did, you could also put jewelry in it, which I think is really cute, like a little ring tray when you do your dishes. I think that would be gorgeous. But what I used it for is I brought some crushed ice and a big jar of caviar. And you put the crushed ice in the little tray, and then you put the jar of caviar in the center. I mean, elegance to the eons. Champagne, a little dish of a clam. I put caviar in it. When I got there, I put caviar in it. I brought bellinis, creme fraiche, dill, and I brought flowers as well. Oh, and mother of pearl spoons to have with the caviar. And now she has the little set. The thing about the mother of pearl spoons is you can't use metal spoons to scoop up the caviar. It's just too delicate, and sometimes the eggs can absorb the metallic taste. But it's in a metal tin, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? Like, is it lined with something? I don't know. But supposedly you have to use mother of pearl spoons to scoop it up and eat your caviar or put it on your bellini so not to transfer the taste. At the dinner party, we played this dinner party game that I have got to share with you. You guys have got to do this at your next dinner party. Dinner parties sometimes, especially if you're inviting different people of around your worlds, the worlds then kind of have a hard time coming together. We got different personalities at the table. Or if you're meeting a new couple for the first time or have a couple couples over, this is such a great game to play. Okay, are you ready? Okay, everyone gets a piece of paper and a writing utensil, and this is what you write. Tip, question, hint. A tip, your best life advice tip. A question that you would like to pose to the group, one that you kind of question and think about. And then your third one is a hint of you don't know who wrote it because you put it in a basket and you pull one out, and a hint of who wrote it. Would you like to hear mine? My tip was use coconut oil during your sexy time. It's better for the vagina's microbiome. Right away, everyone was like, this is fucking Juju's. I'm like, how'd you guys know? How'd you know that? And by the way, I went to go buy sex toys at a sex shop in Los Angeles. And I told the girl who was real hippy dippy, she had earrings in every hole. She was working at a fucking sex shop. Her armpit hair was down to her tits, right? You don't get more hippy dippy than this. And I asked her, hey, where's the lube section? She said, well, it's over there. But can I tell you something? I said, what? She said, coconut oil. I said, excuse me? She said, coconut oil. I said, what about it? She said, the more friction and the warmer it gets, the slickery it is. It tastes good. It's natural. It's organic. And then I said, yeah, and what a good way to get in your fats. Am I right? And then my question was, do you think life is predestined, or do you think the path appears as we step? Deep. And then my hint was I got my first standing ovation at age 8. Okay, let's get into some domestic goddessness, but again, please stay tuned for the premiere of the Supper Soiree. And sign up. Okay, domestic goddessness. Now, this section, I think moving forward, is going to be in the show letter. The show letter is my Substack newsletter. That's a show, part part newsletter, okay? I'm going to give cooking. I'm going to give cocktails. It's going to be magazine style format. I'm going to be giving some come with me's. It's inspiration, magazine style in your inbox. That is the most fun. It's definitely not going to be a boring newsletter where you're like, oh, what to cook tonight? Great. This is going to be star-studded, razzle-dazzle like you've never seen. This week for cooking, you guys, I made chicken orzo soup for my family. Rocco randomly asked for it. He was like, hey, can you make me that soup that I love? And I was like, yeah. I went and got the chicken thighs from the butcher. Speechless. When you get good meat from the butcher, your soups are completely transformed. And my husband's not really a soup guy. I mean, I'm like a 90-year-old woman. I could have soup and salad for everything. And so he said, this is the best soup you have ever made. And I was like, because it's made with chicken thighs from the butcher. So if you have a local butcher, go to the butcher, get you some chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are really cheap. You support your local butcher, and what it does to the broth is absolutely insane. So we have our mirepoix, our onions, our celery, our carrots. Then I just put in the chicken thighs. I put in my stock, and I got stock from the butcher as well. But then I also zhuzhed it up with a little bouillons and some water. I put my stock in, I put the bouillons, I put the water so it was all covered. Cooked the chicken thighs, pulled them out, pulled out the skin, pulled out the bone, put it back in, put in my orzo, let it cook fully and plump, and then added more water into it to make the soup. It's very simple and very easy. And it almost felt like one of those peasant meals that they have in France or in Italy. And I used orzo. I don't know if I said that. And it was so divine with Parmesan and olive oil on top. Riley was like, this was a dream. And I was like, it really was. It really is. Sometimes the simplest, warmest, like most delicious food with the best ingredients is you can't get any better than that. Oh, and I also use veggies from the farmer's market. That's also really important. Cocktails, a white Negroni. I had a white Negroni last night and I was like, oh, thank God. They're amazing. Suze, Blanco vermouth, and gin. That's all you need. And a big old rock. I had 2 of them. Maybe that's why my voice is hoarse. A white Negroni is just so good. If you love Negronis, try a white Negroni. And last but not least, Decor. You guys, our tablescapes. What's going on with our tablescapes? The tablescapes that I've been seeing online are so like French Provence, It's just the plates from Zara. Go to Zara Home right now. There's blue, like Italian grandma kind of pattern. And then there's a green. Buy one of those, you guys. You can have such an elevated table with no effort with those plates. And they're affordable, right? Like you don't need to go be spending all this money on fancy plates. I would suggest the green because green really goes with everything, right? Like then you can do like a warm oat in the fall. You could do a pink, you could do a yellow, you could add in orange, pink, and yellow for the spring. The green goes with Christmas, or if you're Jewish, get the blue, and then it can go with Hanukkah, or green and blue also go really good together. But the green to me is more of a tablescape, but I like the way the blue looks with the food better. Anyways, if you want a quick, easy, instant elevation of your table and don't want to do like a huge grand tablescape, sometimes you're not in the fucking mood. Go to Zara Home and get those fucking plates. Again, these are things that are going to now be in the show letter. We might remove it altogether from the podcast and just put it in the show letter. I'm not sure. I'm kind of working that out. Let me know if you love this section or if you would rather, since you watched this podcast, because don't you want to see that? Don't you want to see the chicken broth? Don't you want to see a white Negroni? Don't you want to see the Zara and have the link and just be able to click it? Like makes more sense in the show letter than it does here on a podcast. So the domestic goddessness might be moved there. Not this week, but coming soon, I think. All right, now with all that, let's get to some Q&A with some TNA. Dear Juju, I have a really fun question that I was thinking about when I was making cocktails for my wedding. If you're inventing a cocktail named after your worst ex, what ex? I said ex. What's in it and what's it called? Oh my God. My worst ex was my last one. And what it would be called? Sheep's clothing. That's what it would be called. Because guess what? He was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. Damn, that's deep, honey. And what would be in it? Maybe a little bit of absinthe, because that makes you kind of like woozy and blind. What else would be in it? Maybe some whiskey. He seems like the nicest guy, you guys, and was just not. Did something horrible that I never thought he would do, that I would never do to even my worst enemy. He's his own worst enemy, honey. Maybe that's what it's called. Maybe it's called worst enemy because he was his own worst enemy. Because what he did was rude. He asked me to marry him right after he cheated on me and then held it in for 6 months while I planned the wedding. And then told me later. I mean, disgusting. Just disgusting. You know, too bad for him. Dear Juju, I have a question. You being the most domestic goddess, fabulous person I know, what is a domestic goddess red flag? A red flag? A red flag, which I said this week, was if your bathroom's not clean and you're having a party. And also if you don't have one of those salt snouts, you know, the thing to put the salt in when you're cooking. I feel like if you don't have one of those, maybe you're not a good cook. Not gonna lie, because you have to like go and go and go with the salt, right? Is it called a salt snout or a salt hog? I don't know. Those things that you put salt in. To me, that's a red flag. Like if you don't have that, I'm like, I don't know if you're a very good cook, because all good cooks have those. Dear Juju, you can only wear one color for the rest of your life. What is it and why? Red. It's red. It is red. I feel the most me when I'm red. I feel the most happy when I'm red. I feel the most invigorated when I wear red. There's something about red, and I think it looks just great on me and my coloring and my skin tone. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree? But I love red. I've worn red ever since I was a little girl dancing. That was like my signature color. I won in red, and then I just wore red the whole time. You know, red is it's my nail color. It's very signature. I never veer from it. I always have red nails. It's classic, it's powerful, and it's energizing. So if I could only wear one color the rest of my life, it would be red. All right. Don't forget that you're a star. And if you have a pimple, literally become a star and wear star face, because y'all, that sucked up my pimple like a mofo. Okay? And stay tuned for the launch of the Supper Soiree. And if you sign up to the Supper Soiree, you already get an automatic subscription into the show letter. Now, I am taking a 2-week vacation in a road trip, in an RV, in a road trip, in an RV across England doing a road trip. So I'm going to take a 2-week break, and then I'm coming back super strong with my Supper Soiree, with my show letter, and it's all launching. So stay tuned. But when does that happen? Oh, next week and the week after. So for the next 2 weeks, there will be a break. A bitch has got a vacay. You know what I mean? If this was paying me $10,000 a week, I would be, doing it from the road, of course. But right now, she's doing it as her generous charity work. So yeah, bitch, I'm taking a vacay with my family. I'm making core memories for them. Okay. But I love you. I mean it. You're a star. Stay tuned. I'll see you next 2 weeks from now. 1 week, 2 weeks. I'll see you in 3 weeks. Okay. I love you and I'm out. Bye. Mwah.